What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sarah Football. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Today we're talking about Nigerian players. We'll talk about 5 Nigerian players facing uncertain future at their clubs. We'll talk about those 5 players. We know the summer is coming and players will be moving, but these 5 players, they don't know if they are staying at the club. They don't know if they are retiring. They don't know if they are moving to another club. They don't know what will happen to the future. So we'll talk about those 5 players. Subscribe if you haven't and hit the notification bell. The first player we have right here is Kelechi Iheanacho. His contract at Leicester City runs out in the summer and there are no talks of extension so far, and he could be leaving. The 27-year-old, who has found games hard to come by since returning from the AFCON, has scored 5 goals and registered 1 assist. He is one to put eye on when the season ends. Now, we don't know where Kelechi Iheanacho might be going to. We don't know if his contract will be renewed. Personally, when Kelechi Iheanacho was at Manchester City, I always felt that he was a player that could play for Dortmund, all these clubs that are very, very good in attack. Dortmund, Tottenham, Milan, some top clubs in Europe, not necessarily in England, because he had those qualities there. I was so surprised that he stayed at Leicester for all these years, because we know he's very, very talented and we know what he has to offer. It's just that he has become too comfortable not getting game time as far as he's getting a salary and all that. Most players are like that, but I feel that he deserves more. He deserves to be in a very top club. At least after leaving Manchester City, he should play for one top club before he gets to the retirement stage of his career. But I feel that these are kind of players that the Saudi Arabian leagues and Qatari leagues will be looking out, because players like Kelechi Iheanacho are players that can perform well in the Saudi Arabian and Qatari leagues, and all that. They'll go there and score 20-30 goals per season, make their money, and enjoy their life. But I hope he still stays in Europe, because we really need to see him perform again at top level. So I'd like to know your thoughts. What do you think about Kelechi Iheanacho? Should he renew his contract with Leicester City, or should he join another top club in Europe? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. The second player we have right here is Samuel Kalu, presently on loan at Swiss side Lausanne-Sport from Watford. The 26-year-old is expected to return to the championship side at the end of the season. At his temporary base in Switzerland, he hasn't had the best of time, with 3 goals and 2 assists in 15 games. With a year left on his deal at Watford at the end of the season, the club will be open on a permanent transfer as they bid to recoup some money of the money spent from signing him from the Ligue 1 side Bordeaux. Now, Samuel Kalu was signed from Ligue 1 side Bordeaux, and if anyone comes to sign Samuel Kalu because he hasn't been the best, he hasn't had the best career or the best time at Watford, they'll be very, very interested to selling him. But I'm doubting that the Lausanne-Sport will be signing him, because obviously Watford is not going to sell him cheap. I hope he finds his path, because as the summer comes, a lot of clubs will be shipping out some players, some going on loan, some terminating their contracts and all that. Samuel Kalu is one of the players you have to put an eye on, because his future is uncertain, because Watford right now will be looking to sell him. They want to cash out since they didn't get what they expected when they signed the player. I would like to know your thoughts. What do you think about Samuel Kalu? Should he go back to Watford and fight for his place and prove his worth and show the club, this is why you signed me, I'm going to come here and perform very well for you? I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section, because we know that Samuel Kalu is a very talented player and he has not had the best of the season in Switzerland, where he's playing for the Lausanne-Sport. The next player we have right here is Emmanuel Dennis. In his second loan spell away from Nottingham Forest, Dennis hasn't had the best season despite returning to Watford, the club where he had his most productive season in front of goal during their stint in the English Premier League. Forest are open to letting him leave in the summer, especially with the current financial issue, which has led to a sanction by the English Premier League. Now, we know that Emmanuel Dennis has not had a glamorous career after leaving Watford in the first place, where he had his bomb season in the English Premier League. Emmanuel Dennis, call him to the Super Eagles. Then he had the opportunity to play for the Super Eagles. Then he went to Turkey and he was not playing very well. He went to Nottingham Forest. Some games he showed promising performances, but it wasn't good enough. He went back to Watford in his second loan, and at Watford he has been pretty okay. He has been helping the team, struggling, working hard, scoring important goals, but he might go back to Nottingham Forest, and when he goes back to Nottingham Forest, definitely Nottingham Forest will be looking to sell him, concerning the sanctions the club is facing right now. I don't feel there's a place for Emmanuel Dennis currently at Nottingham Forest. I'd like to know your thoughts. Should he stay at Nottingham Forest, or should he be allowed to leave? That is what I want you guys to tell me in the comment section. Then the next player we have right here is Paul Onuachu. This is a player I keep criticizing that he's not good outside the box, but inside the box, he's unstoppable. Paul Onuachu is not quite the same guy who terrorizes the defense in Belgium since his move to Southampton. A loan move to Turkish side Trabzonspor appears to have helped him get back on track, but a 4-man fracture denied him the chance to hit double-digit goals, leaving him stuck with 9 goals in 17 games. He will return to Southampton, where a permanent exit will be decided in the summer. Southampton have no plans to keep Paul Onuachu because he has played several times for Southampton, and they don't think this kind of player that will fit in our style. So at the end of the season, Southampton will be looking to sell Paul Onuachu. I would like to know your thoughts on that. Should he move back to Belgium, or should he take his chances in England, or move to somewhere else, or stay in Turkey, or move back to Turkey after his loan expires? I'd like to know your thoughts. What do you think the future holds for Paul Onuachu? What should he do or take in his next step? Then the last player we have right here is Leon Balogun. His case is a bit weird because for some time he hasn't had the best of time at club football, but always shows his class when he plays for the senior national team of Nigeria. Leon Balogun has been one of the best players anytime he plays for Nigeria. Has been very, very good. At 35, with his short-term deal at Rangers set to expire in the summer, Balogun will likely consider retirement, or maybe return to Germany, where he started his career. Leon Balogun might retire at the end of the season because we know he's 35 years old and he might not get a rosy deal that will keep him playing next season. His contract expires with Rangers at the end of the season, and he might be looking to make a decision for his future in the next coming days. I'd like to know your thought. What do you think about Leon Balogun? Should he retire, or should he play one more season, or move to Saudi Arabia or Qatar or something like that to get the bag before retiring? I'd like to know your thoughts. So that is all we have for you today. So those are the 5 players that are facing uncertain future at their various clubs. I'd like to know your thoughts. We talked about Kelechi Iheanacho, we talked about Samuel Kalu, we talked about Emmanuel Dennis, we talked about Paul Onuachu, and we ended with Leon Balogun. So that is all for today. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, put down in the comment section and tell me what you think about these 5 players I've listed. That's all for today. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell. Till next time, guys, goodbye.